Hi. Okay, this is something that's very important I'd like to discuss. It's about open enrollment for members of the tribe. And at present, there's a lot of closed enrollment because of the federal funding. Well, you know how I feel about that. I'm not going to let the government stifle our growth because it throws off their demographics and their census if they stifle the growth and they don't have the demographics right, and because they see only tribal members that are registered with them and entitled to allotments as being true members of the tribe, and that's not true, because just because they closed enrollment doesn't mean my people stop procreating and stop loving one another and stop having children, because that's you can't tell us what is in our blood, and you can't tell us what ethnicity we are just because we don't have a membership card. And when you throw out your demographics like that, Barack, that's stuff you sell to marketing people all over the world, don't you? You do. And they rely upon those numbers, and now you've done thrown that off, didn't you? You did. And you know, you're going to have to explain that to them, because there's a lot of money there. And you threw out the census. Let's talk about the census too. Let's decide something right now. I'm going to suggest that the United Nations hereby audit the IRS, because I believe that the census is way off, and it's there intentionally, because they claim we don't have hardly any money, but then again, there's a lot of these secret programs going on and stuff like this, and Barack's pay is, you know, the president just got a pay raise twice as much as what Bill Clinton, I think, got. I can't remember. I have to look back and see. But at one point, the president was getting $260,000 a year, and now Barack's getting $400,000 or $500,000 a year. I'd like to know why you guys doubled that really quick, and everybody doing so bad. We have all this debt, you know, because you guys throwing the census off for a reason, because that makes you look and need at other countries, and they have to lend you money, and then you leave it for the next president to deal with, and then you pocket change, don't you? You might. It's a possibility. And then all this, the census being off with IRS, that means there's a lot more taxes going in. That means that money is going to be taken somewhere. It is, and it's not being utilized in Medi-Cal or Medicare or anything like that. Or they know it's not. I'd like to sit here and have IRS audited, because I'd like to see how much money actually coming in. So that's what I'm going to put out there right now, because as the head of the Indian Nations Unified, I have a right to, because you see that there's extra money there. There's a lot of money owed to my people, because you still owe me a hell of a lot of money in services, because you see my people pay taxes too. And that doesn't mean, has nothing to do with trade agreements or anything like that, because you done messed that up. You sure did. You fucked that up really good for everybody. But let me tell you something. You still owe my people in services, and that has nothing to do with trade. It has nothing to do with treaties. No, because we still pay state taxes and we still pay federal taxes, as far as I know. If I make money, if you tell me that the people on the res make money, I know they darn well pay taxes, don't they? They fucking do. So let me tell you something. I'd like to know why there's a lot of services not provided to my people, even though they pay the same amount. So I'm going to have the IRS audited, because I sure like to see exactly how much is coming in and where it's going. That's probably why you cannot balance the budget, because there's just too much money there. And you just don't have time to fix the numbers. And that's all I've got to say, because this is what I have to tell you. You can consider it a theory, and you can consider me a conspiracy theory, but if people get paid good money to sit around and think of theories, because if it's possible, when you're talking about a level of intelligence like CIA, or rogue intel or something like that, if it's possible on paper, then it's probable with CIA, because someone already done thought of that, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's throw the census off and get more money. You don't think that's been thought of? It sure has been a long time ago. Anyway, that's all I have to say right now.